Hello guys, welcome. In the last video we wrote codes to get the content of the zip file. Now we want to write codes that we run the PHP modification. So I'm going to say that run PHP modification. Okay, so I don't want to waste my time here. So the thing that I'm going to do here is to require. Okay, I should not be explaining the function of require now. So I'm going to say I want to require. So what do I want to require? I also want to move one step backward. So I want to go to our update folder, and here I'm going to put dot here to concatenate. So the name of the file is going to be unzipped file name. Okay, so right now we need to get another file in string. Let me terminate. So let's call the file name update script.php. This is cool. Update script.php. So which means that to successfully create an add-on, we need two files: the update config Johnson and the PHP script. This will run our SQL queries for us, and this will replace the file for us. That is just a simple definition. So now that we have gotten the content of the zip file, which is update config.johnson and update script.php, so what next is that we need to create a new directory. So let's quickly create that. Of course, let me create a comment: create new directories. Beautiful. So this is where we are going to test if this file is available. Okay, it is not a must for this file to be available, because if you are updating your software and you don't need to replace any files, just to set up or run some queries that insert into tables. Okay, so we may ignore this, but if there is need for you to replace some files, that is when you can now reference this. So we are going to use this code that I'm about to write to process that. So the first thing is that I am going to bring our if statement. So I am going to say if empty. Okay, method. What is empty? Of course, our Johnson variable that I created here. So of course you know what is inside, what this Johnson does. Okay, decodes the content, this file here. So if it is empty, okay, so let's create a simple directory for that. So I'm going to say directories. You need to be careful about the spelling, because by the time we are preparing this file, we are going to come back to this controller to compare what we are writing. Okay, good. So the next thing is that I am going to say for each Johnson directory, okay, as a variable directory. Of course, let me just, it should be a single directory. So I'm going to say that for each, so for each Johnson directory outside here as variable directory. Cool, right? So here we need another bracket, or call it bracket. So I'm going to say if the file is empty, of course, if is dir, sorry, is dir. We use this here, tells whether the file name is a directory. So if it is not a directory, of course we need to get the variable here, because this is a method. So okay, if it is not a directory, so what next? We need to specify the name here. Look at it. I want you to look at it. String and the bool. So here, let me put name. Okay, so if it is not a directory, then what next? Of course, we have to make a directory. So you remember how we do that here. Make it directory. So we can equally copy this. So we want to make a directory, but this time around it is going to be directory in full, and here name, just like this. Okay, so the next thing is our comma. So this number is valid mode to specify the permissions. So on Sussex it is true, else it is false. Beautiful. So guys, we have been able to create a new directory, okay, based on the update config.json. So let me quickly explain what I have done here. Okay, there is no magic. We are almost through with the update controller. So here I'm trying to run the PHP modification codes. So let me put codes here. All right, so I have a required here, and what that does is that I want to require, okay, or include, okay, a file name called update script inside this zip file name, inside also the path directory update folder that we have created. Code, right? So after that, we are saying that if we want to create another directory, so if this Johnson directory is empty, so for each Johnson directory as a variable directory, it means all this, okay, this is it here. So if it is not directory, this name like this, so make a directory. So it's as easy as that. So I've explained this from here. So what next is that we need to create replaced files. Now that is what I'm saying. So we need to write codes here that we replace the files that I was explaining the other time here. So we are going to process that in the next video, and that is going to be the last code that we are going to write inside the updater.php. So thank you guys. See you in the next tutorial. Bye.